Alright, hi guys again. This is my second build. This is purely my PvP build that I've been rocking for the past couple of days. My first build was a weak spot build, just because, like, at the time, obviously, I had the wildfire and I got the bingo, and I was like, you know what, well, I'm going to stick with that. But with this one, I recently managed to get the Jaws from the Wish Machine, and I also managed to get the Shaman Vulture top. So, really good. Amazing passive, as you can see, Unstable Bomber. I will go into what that actually is in a second. I don't have the exact stat numbers, but I can give you the general sense of how this works, the Vulture top, even though it doesn't say. So yeah, let's get into the build. I'm going to try and be a bit faster on this one. So, starting with the weapons. Jaws, we're running Supercharged mod. Obviously, I can see I got a bit of a god roll. I got a bit of a god roll. Status damage, weapon damage, and unstable bomber damage, all in a single fucking go. Very, very strong. Only thing that could have been better if that weapon damage was crit damage, but you know, we can't all be perfect, and I mean that is a pretty good roll by all means. But triggering unstable bomber grants unstable bomber damage 5% for 5 seconds up to 10 stacks. So that is a very strong perk because you're going to be proccing unstable bomber a lot on this, and you're going to be hitting hard, very hard. Even in PvE you'll hit hard, but in PvP you will absolutely destroy. This is unreal. Secondary bingo, just for utility, obviously. Just first, like, you know, just switch to the okay, fuck off. But yeah, so bingo, running the vulnerability amplifier. Obviously this is a support weapon, like this is not meant to be the, you know, one shot. Although with this build, because it's all about crit rate and crit damage, this thing, even at a body shot, will still hit for 9k. It's not enough to kill somebody, but it's definitely a lot to make someone ache. And the first shot on the switch, from the switch out, I misinterpreted the bingo's skill originally in my previous build. It was my mistake. It's not first shot of the magazine, it's the first shot of the bullseye after you cut the gun. So what you want to do is switch to the Jaws, then switch to the bingo, and then, because you've cut the bingo and then gone back to it, that means that next shot will be guaranteed bullseye. So every time you take a shot, you need to switch. My friend's streaming. My bad. You have to blur that out for a second. So yeah, so that's the support. Very handy. Also, it gives you wall hacks. So I mean, you know, who doesn't like free wall hacks? For 10 seconds, it's brain dead. Typical setup for this. So we have the Falcon, 4-piece Falcon, just for the extra crit rate and crit damage. This build is all about crit rate and crit damage, as you'll see when I go into the mods in a second. Also PSI intensity, so if you're going to go molly some buildings, and that is a bear attacking me, you cannot! As you can see, a little bit of a demonstration. Getting absolutely mauled by a bear. Fucking Revenant style. Okay. Yeah, so 4-piece Falcon. Then we go into the camo leather boots. These boots really work well with the snipe because it's any enemy affected by the bullseye. So the first shot of that snipe, just hip fire, like, you know, just hold aim, don't ADS. Get the shot off, get the mark, and you're doing an extra 50% crit damage with the Jaws when you switch to it. If you do, sometimes you don't even need it. Honestly, this is just comfort. This is more like for doing damage to AI. A lot of the time, you don't even need that extra crit damage. You can go without these if you really wanted to. But yeah, just comfort. And the Shaman Vulture top with the amazing armor passive of Unstable Bomber. So what this actually does is it increases unstable bomber damage depending on how many each meter you are away, up to a cap of a certain amount. So it increases the unstable bomber damage and the explosion radius size, depending on the distance that you are from the target. So it basically stops the drop-off from kicking in It like mitigates some of the drop off, and also gives you extra damage when you're at optimal range. So it's pretty good. But even better than that is it allows you to proc the Jaws passive one crit less, like one stack less. So instead of needing 4 normal shots to proc the Jaws, you only need 3. And with the Jaws, if you hit a crit, it counts as 2. So which means as long as you crit within 2 shots, you're going to be proccing Unstable Bomber. And every time you kill somebody, it counts as 2. So you can basically guarantee the next shot after kill to be a crit. This jacket makes Jaws going from an OP gun to a like just God, like, you know, the second coming of Christ. This gun is like God. You know, this is the Messiah. So that's what this gun does. That's what this gun is to me, basically. It is amazing. As you can see on the refined perks that I have on it, I have double crit rate on both the 7 and 10 calibration upgrades. 18% crit rate plus the extra, I think it's like 6 or something like that. I'm not 100% sure exactly how much, but anyway, double crit rate. We want as much crit rate as possible to be able to proc. That crit count as +1 hit. Unstable Bomber on this gun can also crit. So this gun innately on the weapon characteristics, on top of that 18%, gets an extra 15% crit rate. So already the gun's crit rate base is amazing. So going into the mods. Fateful Strike. This mod is terrible on everything. Apart from this build. This mod is horrible. Losing weak spot in general means that you can't really headshot things. Headshot damage does almost no damage compared to a body shot. It still does a little bit extra because you still have the base amount of the weak spot damage from the weapon, but you will lose all extra weak spot damage. This extra 3% on the bottom is basically, I might as well not have having a skill there. I've only got 3 skill random attributes on this thing. This is, in the random attributes, this mod is useless. I need to get a new one. But just with this extra crit damage and crit rate 10% makes it worth it to run with this build. That extra crit damage and the extra crit rate, amazing. Going on to the mask. Reckless Bomber. Each 1% crit grants 0.7% unstable bomber damage. And as you can see, I've got the unstable bomber damage random attribute as well as weapon damage on here. Not the best perk, weapon damage. Again, I would rather prefer crit damage or something else, blast damage, because it is a blast weapon. But like, you know, again, weapon damage, you can't go wrong with it. And unstable bomber damage, man, I got the buff for the exact thing I'm building through here. So amazing. So really good. And to the jacket. So we're going for blue mods, because blue mods, you cannot go wrong with blue mods. I don't want anybody to be under the pretense that running blue mods you're nerfing yourself. You cannot equip anything purple or gold above, because these mods just don't exist on these pieces past blue. So you have to run blue. So getting an 18% crit damage plus 8.4% on the random attributes, awesome. I haven't got these perfect yet, and they're cheapest chips to upgrade. So really, really like efficient. Crit damage again. Elemental blaze, elemental blast damage, awesome. And then so crit damage boost. This one you can go for gold because we want crit rate. If you think you've got enough crit, honestly, I feel like I just don't have enough. Have enough crit rate. I hear a bear coming. Yeah, as you can see, that crit on the 10k on 2 shots from a stable bomber, and you can proc that every time. I guess that bear's just proving my point, really. So yeah, so extra crit rate. 1 crit is all you really need with the jacket. If you don't have the jacket, don't worry. This gun is still absolutely disgraceful. You can land 2 crits easily in a row or like you can get crit crit or like crit non-crit and then just crit again, and it's 3 shots, so you basically win every time. The jacket just makes it show so that after a kill, it's guaranteed to blow up on the next shot, whereas without the jacket, it's not guaranteed to blow up on the next shot. So that's just how that is. Yeah, so that, and that. Yeah, so that's all the builds. So we're running 3 blue mods on this, just for the crit damage in general. You would not be able to get crit damage on any other, in any other, like, any higher tier than this, for this clothing piece. It just doesn't exist. So that's the game. So yeah, overall, I'm gonna go upstairs quickly, and I will show off like the DPS on the dummy. Again, we're not looking at the original damage numbers per se. We're looking more for the crits on the unstable bomber. So I'm gonna just do the optimal combo. So we're gonna do 1 shot with the bingo. I'm gonna body shot just to not, like, you know what I said. So you body shot, guarantee the bullseye. As you can see, I critted twice. 17k, 18k. Like, oh my god, it is. Like, you know, no one's walking away from that. Boom, boom. Probably one more, and they're dead. They're not living. They're not living. Maximum of 4 shots to the body, and they're gone. Hit them with the bullseye. Probably they get hit by that. Dead. Gone. There's no surviving it. This is with tungsten ammo. Granted, if you want to say that the ammo is making it, is carrying it, make copper AP or, like, you know, steel AP, and you basically get like the same kind of damage. But apologies, I'm still sick. So yeah, that's the build. For PvP, I've kind of opened, if this pops off, this video, I've kind of opened Pandora's fucking box. This will need to be nerfed, in my opinion. This is way too strong. Blast ignores a lot of the resistances that players have, and players do not have a lot of blast resistance. If you've ever been hit by a grenade, you'll find out that they hurt a lot, regardless if you get away from them or not. So yeah. I do believe this will need to be nerfed by launch. But until then, please enjoy this build. Go and ruin some lives in Cargo Scuffle, and go and ruin some lives in Frontier, just fragging everybody to doom. Because this thing is absolutely disgraceful, and I love it to pieces. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see if I can get another build going for something else after I've got the pieces. Obviously the wish machine dictates my what I can make and what I can do, but I will try my hardest. Peace guys, and I'll see you next time.